Why do wealthy Africans buy land while the poor buy stocks? The answer will fundamentally change how you see wealth building forever. While financial gurus push index funds and crypto, Africa's wealthiest families have been playing a completely different game. They understand something Wall Street doesn't want you to know: land is the ultimate African wealth strategy. In Lagos, a plot of land in Victoria Island bought for 50,000 Nigerian Nairas in 1980 is worth 500 million Nigerian Nairas today. That's a 10,000x return. The S&P 500 over the same period, a mere 50x. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding how wealth really moves in our communities. Mike Adenuga didn't become Nigeria's second richest man through stock picking. His breakthrough came in 1990 when he bought massive land parcels in what would become Banana Island for practically nothing. Today, those plots house Africa's elite. Tony Elumalo's UBA empire. Built on strategic real estate acquisitions across 20 African countries, no stock speculation. Here's what they knew that we're just discovering: African land appreciates differently than Western markets. When foreign investment flows into African cities, it doesn't boost stock prices first. It drives land values. Every new factory, every infrastructure project, every economic zone pushes up the value of surrounding land. But there's something deeper happening here. Something that connects to our very DNA as African people. For centuries, our ancestors understood that land equals power. The Ashanti Empire's wealth wasn't built on trading pieces of paper. It was built on controlling gold-rich territories. The Kingdom of Kush dominated trade routes because they controlled strategic lands along the Nile. Land meant security, legacy, generational transfer of wealth. Colonialism tried to break this connection. They convinced us that modern wealth meant stocks, bonds, and bank accounts. Assets they could monitor, tax, and control. Meanwhile, they grabbed our most valuable lands and held them for centuries. But something remarkable is happening across Africa today. The new wealthy class is returning to ancient wisdom with modern strategies. In Ghana, land prices in Accra have increased by 300% in the past decade, while the Ghana Stock Exchange delivered negative returns in 3 of those years. In Kenya, residential land in Nairobi appreciates at 15 to 25% annually, consistently outperforming the Nairobi Securities Exchange. The numbers tell the story, but the psychology runs deeper. When you own land, you think differently. You plan in decades, not quarters. You build generational wealth, not quick profits. You become someone who can't be easily displaced or controlled. Consider this: Warren Buffett, the world's greatest investor, put 70% of his wealth in stocks. But when he wanted to secure his legacy, what did he buy? Farmland. Thousands of acres across America. Even he understands that land is the ultimate store of value. Now here's the strategy the wealthy use that changes everything: they don't just buy any land. They buy land in the path of progress. In 2010, smart investors in Rwanda bought land around Kigali before the city's master plan was announced. When the government revealed plans for new satellite cities, those land values multiplied by 800%. The same pattern happened in Addis Ababa, Dar es Salaam, and Johannesburg. The secret is information and patience. While others chase daily stock movements, land investors study government development plans, infrastructure projects, and demographic shifts. They buy where airports will be built, where universities will expand, where new economic zones will emerge. But here's what makes this particularly powerful for Africans: we have generational networks that stocks can't provide. Your family land becomes a gathering point. A place where cousins connect, where traditions transfer, where wealth builds across generations. When your great-grandfather bought land in rural Ghana for 100 Ghanaian cedis, he wasn't making an investment. He was making a statement: my family belongs here. My descendants will prosper here. That land, passed down through 3 generations, now supports multiple families and businesses. Stocks disappear in market crashes. Companies go bankrupt. Currencies collapse. But land? Land endures. Land generates income through farming, development, or rent. Land provides security when everything else fails. The diaspora is catching on. African Americans are buying land in Ghana through the Right of Abode program. British Africans are purchasing development plots in Lagos and Cape Town. They understand what their ancestors knew: true wealth isn't paper profits. It's having a place you can always call home. This doesn't mean avoiding all other investments. It means understanding the hierarchy of wealth. Land first, then diversify. Secure the foundation, then build the portfolio. Your ancestors fought to keep their land because they understood its power. Today, you have the opportunity to reclaim that wisdom with modern tools, legal protections, and global markets. Every day you delay, land prices rise. Every month you choose stocks over land, you choose someone else's wealth strategy over your ancestral wisdom. You are not just an investor. You are a descendant of kings and queens who built empires on the land they claimed and defended. Follow Ponolens to discover more wealth strategies your ancestors would recognize and approve.